John Wall. I'm psyched for this one. Dude is tough as nails. You know you're in for a battle when you're up against him. Big matchup for this team and big matchup for me.
Welcome, everyone, to the Target Center in downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's the home of the Timberwolves, where we're broadcasting from live today. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Back in for Ricky Rubio. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Well, nobody really knew, Greg, what to make of Washington going into last year's playoffs. They came out strong with a big sweep against a pretty good Raptors team.
Yeah, how about taking them down 4 straight? And it was the first time a team has swept an opponent without home court advantage since 2011. Also, was the first sweep for the Wizards in franchise history.
So on the floor for Washington, the talented Wall and Beal team up in the backcourt. Nene and Gortat team up in the paint. And it's Dudley in at the small forward. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Kevin, the Wizards head coach had a couple of moments for me. I asked him about the player he'll try to key on in this matchup, and he had no hesitation saying Kevin Garnett. He said what makes KG special and such a problem to deal with is he can control games on both ends of the floor with his offensive and defensive skill set, saying he has so much length it makes it very difficult around both keys for us.
Thank you, Doris.
And in the second round, the Wizards continued to be a tough opponent. I mean, they went up 2-1 on the Hawks, but were unable to keep the series lead. A lot of close, heartbreaking losses for them in that series.
And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. That one is on Towns.
And the Hawks would ultimately take down the Wizards last year in the postseason. John Wall and his injury were a big turning point in that matchup. And all those buzzer beaters for both teams made it one of the most interesting series of the postseason.
The wide open look here for Lopez. And another three for Minnesota.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Now here's Beal. His last outing, 16 points for him. Out to the right wing. Here's Nene. And another miss by Washington.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times. Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Lopez against Wall. It's Beal on the wing. No one near him. And he hits the jump shot. Beal's got his second bucket of the night.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
That one goes. Count. And that's now 9 points for Freak.
And from three-point range, guys, he has hit the ground running. What a first quarter.
Wall. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And for Marcin Gortat, he was such a good fit for the Wizards last season. Actually, the last 2 seasons.
You know, he runs the floor very well for his side. A terrific finisher, solid in the pick and roll, can make the mid-range. You know, he's been one of the more consistent centers in our league.
Nikola Pekovic is checked in for the Timberwolves. Martin the pass to Lopez. Three-pointer. And another three for Minnesota.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
I don't know. There might be more defense in the warm-ups. Right now, these are just shooting game shots.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Shoots the three. Rebounded by the Wizards. Coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
And hard to say whether it was the game plan defensively that let them down or just the inability to really bring the fire on that side of the ball.
And guys, it was a bit befuddling to me as to why they stuck with it. I mean, they dug themselves a hole and couldn't find the tweaks they needed to get out of it.
Lopez missing again.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
Minnesota squad 4-6 from long range here early on. Fires the three. Timberwolves keep it alive. And that one's good. Pekovic has got his first 2 points of the night.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. They spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Their respective positions and check out this group of small forwards. With the highest field goal percentages since All-Star. Andrew Wiggins, #1.
And when you've got a player like him who can shoot that efficiently on the perimeter, it gives you a remarkably dependable option every time down the floor.
Boy, does it ever. I mean, he's a marksman from anywhere on the court. And it doesn't hurt that he works nonstop to get himself open either. I mean, he's constant motion out there.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when the team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
All with it, and it's Martin picking him up. And Beal kicks to Gortat. Nice ball movement by Washington. Beal can't get it to go.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
Here's Pekovic. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Just 5 on the clock. Beal dishes the Wall. Buries the long-range jumper. Wall's got 17 now.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Washington trailing. Lopez with the steal. And oh, here we go. Lopez has got it, the fast break chance. And he gets it to go. And it's 7 points for Kevin Martin.
Not much defense to speak of yet here, guys.
Nope, it's been all offense, fellas, all the time here early.
4 on 3 as they bring it up. Here's Dang, and again it's Minnesota converting.
That's leadership. Really, really valuable to have someone who can just take charge like he has.
Well, there's a certain amount of confidence you have when the ball is in his hands at that end of the floor right now. I mean, he just gives you a sense of calm and confidence because of how good he is.
Lopez outside. A 3. Can't get it to go. And it's Washington the other way. Beal the pass to Wall. Humphries with a screen on Lopez. Wall draws the double. Dudley. Rebound Minnesota. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And guys, they could have won that game on the strength of their offense alone. It was that good.
And most impressive when you do it on the road like that. They just kept coming at him wave after wave, and they really kept the crowd on mute in that one.
And let's take a quick look at some stats for Lopez. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. He's getting around 38 points per, 5.5 steals, and 8 assists. All around brilliance for him lately. And guys, he's really taken his play to another level.
He sure has. I mean, game by game, you can just see the confidence growing. He's put up large numbers to prove it. Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
It always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
Sessions with it. He's coming off a 16-point game against Philadelphia, and he gets it to go.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Here's Lopez, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Wizards trail by 5. Now Sessions. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And Neal kicks to Sessions. Lopez with the steal. And here we go. Freak heading to the hoop, and it's blocked. To the middle. Here's Oubre. Nice pass. Right into the rack perfectly for the layup. Oubre has got his first 2 points of the night. Timberwolves leading by 3. Here's Lopez. What a tremendous game he played against Dallas. Fires top of the key, and that is good. Lopez has got 19 points. Washington's gone 4-6 from long range here early on. And the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game. We've got 1:18 left in the first. No one near Sessions as he lets it fly.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. Not one second chance bucket for the opposition. They're boxing out on every shot.
In the corner, Gortat with it. Sweet little floater. Gortat's got 5 now.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
Here's Lopez. Traps in the tray.
They're not going to run that play very often. But, hey, they'll take it. Way to notch that 3.
Humphries with a screen on Rubio to the left side wing. There's Neal with the 3. Rebound by Dang.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted. And really, I like the movement and communication there.
Humphrey sets a pick for Sessions. There's a screen by Gortat, and it's blocked. Lopez outside, takes the 3, and another 3 for Minnesota. Neal, no luck. And a chance to hear from Bradley Beal. He came from a football family in St. Louis, but said
she definitely put the ball in my hand. She's the one who...
Maybe some other NBA players should be practicing with Bradley Beal's mom, because she has definitely honed something special into him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but I'm not sure some of the more delicate NBA egos can handle her trash talking them when she beats them in a game of horse. Bradley's not only got a special J, but he's got a pretty good disposition, too.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at the Wizards. Sessions out there with Gary Neal. Then there's Oubre. Then there's Nene. And it's Humphries in a power forward. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Mavericks had a huge game. He ended up with 35 points, and he was his usual self on the defensive end, providing a bunch of steals. Absolutely amazing numbers from him in what was truly a memorable performance for him and for us, Kevin.
Great, Doris. Thanks. Any chance we see him top that performance right here tonight?
You know, I can't imagine he'd be able to pull off that kind of an outing 2 games in a row. But, hey, that's what the truly great ones are capable of doing.
Boy, even if he came close to matching it, that would be really impressive. But I tell you, that's asking an awful lot of one guy.
Right wing. From 13, and with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut down now to just 12 points with the basket from Neal. Pass to Garnett. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. For Washington, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Ball against Miller. Humphries sets a pick for Wall. Up top, Humphries. Shot from free throw range. And the shot no good, a bit short. Timberwolves leading by 14.
And for Chris Humphries, last year was a chance to sign with a playoff contender. The Wizards turned out to be even more than that, with the 4th best record in the East, and Humphries helped them to get there, averaging about 6.5 boards per game.
That's good.
Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Timberwolves timeout called.
Minnesota making some changes. Andrew Wiggins comes in for Shabbat. There's 1:54 left in the first half. Again, back to Humphries. He was rolling pretty good last season, but a late season groin injury, Clark, cost him the final 16 games.
Yeah, terribly disappointing for Chris because he had become an important part of that front court rotation. He was up to almost 20 minutes a game before he went down.
And here's Neal outside. The shot is off. And Minnesota now the other way. This their first look at this year's Washington squad.
An East-West showdown, only one of 2 games between these squads.
And because of that, the time is now to seize control of the matchup. We'll see who strikes first.
That's good. And that's now 6 points for Kelly Oubre.
Well, they're not shooting as many from outside here in the second quarter.
They were shooting well early on. I like their spacing. I think they should get back to that. The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
Rubio dishes to Lopez.
Move the ball.
And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. And the foul called on Freak. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2.
At the line for 2.
And he makes both free throws. Timberwolves leading by 23. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Off the pick, and he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and Clark, the dunk, caps it off.
Well, you know, for me, guys, it's all about positioning and anticipation on those screen plays, and they got it right there.
And here's Rubio. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. So new look on the floor for Minnesota. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Chris Humphries has checked in for Gortat. Oubre comes in for Nene. Gary Neal's checked in for Jared Dudley. And Garrett Temple subbed in for Beal. Lopez in at shooting guard. Bekovic is out there with Gorgie Dang. Then there's Shabazz Muhammad, and it's Miller in at the 1. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Here's Lopez. They get it back. That's tipped. Wall with the steal. Oh, and here we go. Wall's got it. The fast break chance. They grab their own miss.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Lopez with the ball. Now defended by Oubre. For the 3. And that's good. For 3 points. A shot from Lopez. Lopez has got 40 points. And there's the pass to Neal. There's the pick. And he uses the glass on the layup. Neal's got 11 points.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
Here's Lopez. And another 3 for Minnesota.
They are wreaking havoc on them with the three-point shot here.
The defense has no answer right now. Even when they've gotten a hand up, it has not seemed to matter.
Knocks it loose. Lopez with the steal. The finish. Hammers it in after taking it the length of the floor.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers.
Misses off the right iron. Washington's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Temple the pass to Neal. Lopez outside. That one goes. Count. Breaking down some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Such a strong finisher for a floor general.
He was up high, and he came down hard. Exquisitely done.
That's the uncanny ability he has to find a teammate for an easy basket or get one himself.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Gortat's checked in for Temple. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
He's given them little to nothing at the offensive end. I can't put it any other way.
Here's Lopez. Kept alive, Minnesota. Pekovic got a piece of it. Now here's Oubre. 6 points for him. Here's Neal. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Neal's got 4 points this quarter. The Timberwolves shooting in the second half so far about 45%. Pekovic with a screen. Lopez kicks to Pekovic. He got right to the cup using that screen.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And the thing, Greg, about Marcin Gortat, he's not a high flyer. He's not a super flexible athlete, but he's one of the best centers in the league because he's tough. And he's worked hard on developing his skills. And he always hustles.
Yeah, and he fights for position down low. A terrific screener, does a lot of that dirty work. And he's also very good at passing the basketball. You know, a lot more skilled, particularly in the pick and roll, than maybe people give him credit for. He can hurt a defense in a surprising number of ways.
The Wizards have shot 70% from the free throw line tonight, 7 for 10. He hits both from the stripe. The Timberwolves shooting has been terrific, 54% on the game. Sessions against Lopez.
Move the ball.
Inside, Jang dishes to Pekovic, and there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Sessions with it. He's got 5 over Lopez, and he gets it back. Here's Oubre, rebounded by the Timberwolves. Jang's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Lopez. No good from outside.
Boy, he shredded the D with the patented crossover, but just couldn't convert.
Shots good by Neal.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
Lopez kicks to Jang, loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Jang's got 6 points.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Here's Gortat. The shot is off.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
And down it goes. Three-pointer falls in from Lopez. Lopez Lopez has got 54 points. Neal. No good on the buzzer. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens. Minnesota making some changes. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Payne. Wiggins comes in for Bielitz. And it's Lopez in for Levine. The Wizards also changing it up. Gortat's checked in for Blair. Gary Neal comes in for Oubre. And John Wall subbed in for Garrett Temple. So on the floor for Washington, Nene and Gortat team up in the paint. Sessions out there with Wall, and it's Neal in at the small forward position.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Here's Lopez. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got his third assist on the night. Washington's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. There's Neal with the 3, but they get it back. And Gortat kicks to Neal. Off target from outside.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Oubre's checked in for the Wizards. Temple comes in for John Wall. And that one's good. 12 points for Nene.
There's been a change in his game compared to what we saw in the first half. And he's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
Lopez. No good on the triple. Balanced scoring, Clark, for him. They're moving it well.
Yeah, you love to see teams share the sugar. Everybody getting a touch, everybody enjoying an opportunity to score. That makes it a lot of fun for everybody on the court.
You know, it sounds better when you say it than watching it. Okay? I like better when you say it. Sharing the sugar.
You might want to cut down on that sugar intake, though, Clark. But anyway, everybody's been involved in this offense here early on, and it has a way of helping you defensively. Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Timberwolves.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance, Clark. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
And the effort here tonight, adding to the W column for the season. It'll go down as their 48th win.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Lopez. You have to focus on the steals he came up with. They were huge factors in the end result.
The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Kevin, he's missing shot after shot after shot from long range. With time running low, he'd be better off trying something else.
From past the arc, got a piece of it. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession.
I'll tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Now Sessions. So it's Minnesota winning this one easy.
Ricky and Brady.
The 2K Sports postgame freak.
I never had this